Man, I was around a lot of people that weren't so good. So, hey, man, hopefully they'll be redeeming themselves. And hopefully everybody will have a very, very safe, kind, and blessed Easter weekend. All right? But, I got to leave y'all on a good note. I got to leave y'all with a show. And I got a great show tonight. I always love when I get the R&B singers in the building. What's up, Sandy? Thank you for the check-in. And let me pop the top of my Coke Zero. And let's get into this thing. All right. I'm going to start the show off by saying what's up to our sponsors. One time for Dr. Juice Cleanse. That's right. Dr. Juice Cleanse is a minority-owned base company. They are a 100% natural juicer. And they promise to help you lose 25 pounds in just 10 days. Right? 25 pounds in just 10 days. If you follow their steps to success, you can be bikini fine for the summertime. And if you haven't noticed, it's getting hot as hell. A lot of you fellas are already wearing your t-shirts and tank tops, but you got man boobies. You need to get you some damn Dr. Juice Cleanse and lose you about 25 pounds. Hey, look, I got some miniature man boobies, so I ain't picking at nobody. But we got to get us sip on some Dr. Juice Cleanse and get right. So don't just listen to me. Hurry over to drjuicecleanse.com. and get with the program and start losing weight today and clean your body. Also, one time for sneakerbox.com. That's right. All my sneakerheads out there. If you are a sneakerhead and you're looking for the perfect accessories to go with your sneakers, then you need to sign up today to sneakerbox.com and start receiving a monthly box of sneaker goodies. That's right. They're going to put you in the game with the cleaners, the t-shirts, the laces. Every month is a different box. So you need to go over to sneakerbox.com right now, sign up, start getting your box once a month, and tell them Vic XL sent you. Matter of fact, when you get to the box and say checkout, if you type in the promo code VicXL, you will receive a lifetime 10% discount as long as you are a paid subscriber to sneakerbox.com. All right? All right, also, one time for Her Clothing, our t-shirt sponsor, and New Star Studios, our website, graphic, and photography sponsor. All right, now, real quick before I bring my guests on, celebrity birthdays for today, April the 14th. Gotta say happy birthday to rapper The Brat. A lot of y'all might remember The Brat. She was discovered by Jermaine Dupri and So Def. And now she is part of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. So happy 43rd birthday to her. And also, happy birthday to my man DJ Pooh. Famous LA DJ, but he's an even more famous writer. He is co-writer of the movie Friday. And he's also wrote some other funny comedies. So happy birthday to The Brat. And happy birthday to DJ Pooh. Now, happy birthday to all the VicXL Facebook friends. Today, I want to say happy birthday to my man, Lorenzo Loco Scott. That's right, my man, Lorenzo Loco Scott. And what a lot of y'all might not know, because I know a lot of y'all don't be knowing y'all Atlanta hip-hop history like y'all should. But back in the day, there was a famous group on Camp Records, and the name of the group was Intoxicated. And my man Loco was one of the founding members of the group. So if y'all know Loco, y'all do me a big favor, give him a big hug, and wish him happy birthday, and tell him you heard it was his birthday on the Ridin Durty Show with Vic XL. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with no further ado, I'm not going to talk y'all to death because I got a very, very long trip to make. I'm finna head on my staycation, but before I do, I want to introduce the world to Mr. Caleb Jermaine. How you doing today, sir? Uh-oh. Mr. Jermaine, are you on the line? He just dropped out. What the hell he doing? All right, look, before, I'm going to get my man Caleb Jermaine back on the line real quick, and I'm going to play one of his records. Let me see what the hell happened. All right, your boy Vic XL, Ridin Durty Radio. This is his song. It's called Dreams. Hey, man, y'all don't be afraid to dream and pursue your dreams. We'll be back with Caleb Jermaine.
No matter where you're from.
stop talking junk about my Lakers. We'll be back.
And I'm feeling fantastic. Big brothers told me shoot for your dreams like your magic. Aim for the moon. Cause even if you fail, boy, you're still among the stars. And the stars get treated well. Still amongst the stars and the stars get treated well. And you're gonna go hard and you might even fail. Just notice that the greatest ones, they already failed. Then bounce back and bounce back to tell 10 tales. So to you, yes to you, yes to you, yes to you. Yes to you as well. Before you hit your knees, formulate your prayers to illuminate your fears. Now let the crowd hear. No matter where you're from or what you do or what your occupation, where you live or what you try, maybe we're just all mistaken. Dreams, dreams, dreams come true. And you know that dreams, dreams, dreams come true. From all walks of life. Second verse, first line. You're going to see Bishop on the radio. Top 5, countdown, headline. Got it taking over empty lanes like a freight line. Ooh, and I'll keep making music as long as you just join with this worldwide movement. Never treat your neighbor like a stranger. Movement, we all got pain. I learned some crazy back in history. Shout out to few all up on what they taught disrespecting me. It went like this. History repeats itself, but if the story repeats itself, that's not good for my wealth. Or for people like Dr. King, whose dreams weren't really felt. The product of his dreams were the picture perfect dope for a nation's health and need. You can't tell me you don't really see what it means.
Man, this joint is smooth. What's up, Q?
You just gotta dream and believe. Keep on pushing and don't stop.
This joint is smooth. I like this record. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that was tonight's guest, Mr. Caleb Jermaine. And on the line, we have Caleb Jermaine. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing real well. How you doing today?
Man, I am doing good. I gotta say, man, I really like that Dream joint.
I appreciate it. That's my thing right there, dreams.
All right, before we get into the record, because normally I talk before I play the record, but we're going to bring it back. Let's tell the world a little bit about Caleb.
Well, I'm a singer-songwriter and creative communicator from Tacoma, Washington. I'm one of 7 boys. I come from a large family. And I've always learned that my calling, my way of getting my communication through was through my music. And so being the middle child and growing up in Tacoma, Washington, where there's a vast different majority of walks of life, I've taken that into my everyday and created a lot of different relationships and have learned that we all have a lot in common. We all experience highs and we experience lows. We experience a lot of triumphs and adversities. And what I can do as my service is give back through my craft of music and writing and inspirational, motivational speaking, things of that nature. And that's Caleb Jermaine in a nutshell. I'm an athlete. I love health. I love the mind. I love God. I love family. I just want to give a shout out to my mom and my father, for raising me and teaching me, the values that I take to my daily life now. That's me in a nutshell, real talk.
All right. What's it like, man, being one of 7 boys, being in the middle? Did you ever have to wear hand-me-downs?
Did I ever have to wear hand-me-downs?
Yeah.
It was pretty cool because I got some good hand-me-downs. I would get a lot of good hand-me-downs, and to the point that where it would still feel like it was brand new, and people wouldn't know. So I still go and raid my older brother's closet to this day. I'll get shoes, shirts, whatever. We still swap, and it's funny because we all wear the same size shoe now. And so when it comes to shoes, I got a great collection, but if you go to my closet, I don't have a lot of Jordans, but I could be seen wearing any type of Jordans any day because my brother's got them. And that's just how it goes. But, yeah.
All right. You played football for years. What position did you play?
I was a cornerback and a receiver, and then eventually played some safety in college. But I love to hit, love to play on that island one-on-one. I really like that cornerback mentality. You got to have a short memory. And so that's one thing that I like to bring into my music too, with knowing that we're going to have highs and lows. Where sometimes as a cornerback, you get beat deep, and you got to come back and play the very next play and like it never happened and lock it down. And so that mentality is something that I loved about football, but think about that sport every day.
What players did you idolize when you played?
Sean Taylor, safety. Sean Springs, cornerback, Seattle Seahawks. When I was playing, man, let's see here. I would actually watch a lot of the Seahawks play. So Sean Springs, and that was really, really my guy, number 24. That he was the cornerback, and so every time I watched the Seahawks play, it was Sean Springs. And I actually got to see him play live one time against the Washington Redskins when I was young. And I always idolized how he played the game. And even when the Seahawks weren't doing well, we always had something to look forward to because Sean Springs was on the field, So that was one of my guys, really.
All right, tell the world, because there are a lot of people who might not actually know what this term means. You are a singer, songwriter / creative communicator. What is the definition of creative communicator?
So creative communicator is basically someone who can take a topic of communication that you're trying to get across to, say, your organization, to a certain group of people, to children at school, to youth. And I can take that, go back to where I go to my office space, and creatively organize a way to get that message across. And how I use my talents is I love to write and I love music, but I also have a lot of relationships with people who are into graphics and DJs and a lot of athletes, and so business owners. There's a lot of different ways we can creatively get messages across that bring it to the present and help keep people enlightened and keep the attention there. Instead of sitting there and just talking. I like to use some props, use a little bit of PowerPoint or something like that, but creatively communicate.
Okay. At what point did you realize you had this gift to sing and songwrite, and when did you start pursuing it professionally?
I was always singing as a young kid. I had my first solo when I was about five or six. I was singing the ABCs, and everyone started singing with me. My grandparents were there, and I started crying because I wanted everyone to hear me sing. And so at that point, from then on, I just started singing. I learned how to beatbox too. My brothers would always rap, and we would have beatbox sessions and rapping sessions all day long. And so I really started singing in the church and took that all the way through high school. When I left for college, I started going more towards my independent professional route and writing my music from my life experiences that I was going through. And so I'm 29 years old. That was about 11 years ago when I started that. So we can say I'm about 11 years in now.
All right. I also noticed you have two projects. You have a Valentine's Day mixtape. Tell me a little bit about that and when did you drop it and what was the response?
The Valentine's Day?
Yes.
The Valentine's Day mixtape was got a pretty good response here locally, which that's all I was really promoting it out and using my Facebook. I have some connections through Oregon and California, so I got some responses from there. And it was a good response. It was something that I took some beats from Bryson Tiller, Justin Bieber, and I flipped those and remixed them a little bit, wrote my own lyrics to them. I kind of freestyled a lot of it, but I got a good response. I had over, when I reached 253 downloads, which was my goal, because that's my area code, 253. I haven't even checked back to see what my downloads are on that, but it's on Bandcamp right now for people who want to check it out.
All right. When you make your music, is there a certain audience you have in mind? Like a lot of people who sing target women, a lot of people target the youth. When you create your music, are you looking for a certain fan base?
Well, it depends on what type of music I'm creating. For example, the Dream song. That song is targeted towards all of us, all walks of life. I feel like we can all identify with that song in a sense that it doesn't matter where you come from, dreams come true. And how I break down dreams are as desires. They're little desires that whether, like we had desires to come and be on the radio and talk to each other today, and we achieved that desire. And so that was a mini dream coming true to me, and that's how I view it. But just depends on what kind of song I'm making. I do have songs that I do tailor towards ladies and uplifting ladies and trying to go through my relationships and talk about that in the sense that helps me grow, and also let them know how I feel as a man and how I get my love across through music and whatnot. And so, and then I have songs towards my males, towards my youth males, to be strong males, to understand that it's okay to cry. I have a song called Cry Sometime, and it goes like, Mama said it's all right, baby, gon' cry sometime. Mama said it's all right, baby, gon' cry. And, in a society where we're kind of taught to be macho man and not really embrace that emotional side to where we, when we're feeling down, I think that's important to be heard and to for us to express ourselves as men. And so the earlier the better. And so I kind of, depending on what type of music I'm making, I'm here for the people. This is how I get my point, my message across, and I don't have one specific type of person that I deal with or interact with. So, if that answers that question.
It definitely does. It definitely does. Who are some of your influences on the music side of things?
Man, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. I like AC/DC. I like eclectic music. I like Beethoven. I like to listen to a lot of symphony music. It gives because a lot of our music today is adapted from a lot of larger symphonies that like Beethoven might have made, and we're probably repeating them over 4 to 8 bars, maybe 16, taking little extras out of them. And so I like to listen to those entirely and just listen and let those soak into my subconscious. But music-wise, I really like to, like right now, I like Chance the Rapper. Today I was listening to the new Kendrick Lamar. Man, I worked out to that thing, listened to it like 3 times straight. And I was really happy with how that came out.
All right. Would you having, and I hate to interrupt, would you having such a positive song like Dreams? I gotta ask, what's your standpoint on today's music when it comes to hip hop and R&B? Because it's very misogynistic, it's very sexual. What's your views on today's music scene?
Well, I think today's music scene really depends on the outlet which you're getting your music from. You know, our mainstream medias are pushing the misogyny, of course, and the things that people are soaking into the subconscious, and it's coming out in our actions. But, you know, my music, as far as compared to that, I feel like people are trying to express themselves, but then before we get to know ourselves. And everyone is in a growth period, but how I decipher from my music right now is I've taken my time with my craft, and I polish it to a sense to where I can understand or identify with an artist who may say something and have a hot track, and it may be just sounding like, man, what are you trying to say? And it'd be hot out there and sound good, but then he could look back later on and not be too happy with that, you know, as he matures, or possibly will. But what I'm doing as an artist is I want to create lanes for people to be their best selves, and I understand how that is a part of their maturation, becoming their best selves in their sense. So my media outlets where I get my music, I try to keep it eclectic, so I keep that awareness of the art and the expression. So the misogyny when I listen to the radio, it's overwhelming. But when I go to different outlets, it's not as overwhelming because it's not all on that lane.
I definitely agree. It seems like the radio, mainstream radio, is more catered to misogyny and sex and things like that. But if you go on the internet and search, you will find a lot of more soulful and deep things.
Oh, yeah. And in our community, too. We have a lot of, you know, it's funny because in life, there's like for every 3 negatives, you gotta, or for every 1 negative, you gotta outweigh it with 3 positives, right? For it to just make sense. And so our mainstream media, they're not going to try to tilt that scale. You know, when the negatives are paying and the negatives are being the reviews, and the misogyny and the hate and the killing is what's heightening people and keeping people listening, because it's the fear, you know, and fear keeps people engaged, unfortunately. That's kind of how, that just, you know, and that's what that's how they make their money.
All right, I got some people on my Facebook Live who want to know, is there a website where they can find your music? So my next question is, what's your social media and what's your website, and what projects are you currently working on?
My social medias are Caleb_Jermaine. My website is www.calebjermainemusic.com. That's CalebJermaine music.com. Currently with this Dream song, the one that you played, there's a few remixes to that version. And that's going to be part of my EP. That is going to be a collective inspirational and motivational song that I'll be releasing early in the summer. And we're working on some visuals right now for that. And also working on a longer EP in the fall, possibly. Still trying to debate on when I'm going to release this one, but it's already done. But it's more tailored towards love and or towards the women, towards the older crowd. And so this first EP is going to be more for everyone, in a sense. And the next one I release is going to be more for the older crowd. but still, I'm not out here cussing and telling people to, do all kinds of things. I'm just expressing myself in different ways through my music. But those are the projects I'm working on musically.
That's dope. That's dope. What else can we expect from Caleb Jermaine?
Well, with the creative communications, I've decided to take my songs and my music and really decipher through my lyrics and create curriculums with our youth, with the schools. And so I had taken this Dreams project into a couple schools here in the Spanaway School District and the Puyallup School District and Tacoma, and shared it with some students. And I ended up receiving an award from the Spanaway School District as a Volunteer of the Year. And that was not even in my mind, but what I had begun to get from these students is a overwhelming sense of this is what I need to do, and also a sense of purpose in a sense with my music. Even
90 seconds.
And so I've really dove into that, and with my music already being done, and with the studio having that, I'm taking my time and creating things around my lyrics so children and youth and even adults can take those and creatively use those in their own lives and understand how I was trying to get my message to them. So I'll be stopping at schools, a lot of schools. I'll be in Texas in July.
60 seconds.
National Anthem. I'll be doing a couple schools out here for the Dreams Project in June. I have a show out here on next Thursday here at the actually it's where's it at? It's actually at a cannabis club here in Tacoma. And there's going to be we have legal marijuana up here, and they're going to be celebrating the 420, and so I'm going to be performing a cool set there and debating on how that goes. I actually have a avenue that I may be able to open up for Bobby Valentino when he comes out to Tacoma in May, and then I'll be doing Kurt Cobain's on June 17th. I got a couple things lined up, but I'm trying to
10 seconds.
I'll definitely keep people updated on my website.
All right, that's
And
dope.
on my Facebook and social media and all that good stuff.
That's dope. Actually, Kurt Cobain is one of my partners. He's actually been on the show before.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Tight.
That's my dude. That's my dude.
That's real tight.
All right, I got a question for you.
When I come out to Atlanta, I'm going to have to link up with you.
Oh, when you come out to Atlanta, man, definitely let's hang and get some chicken and waffles and hit up a couple of clubs. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're on stage and you're into your thing and the women are going crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden you look out and you see a lady reach down and pull off her underwear and throw them on stage at you. But as they get closer, you realize they are a size 54. What do you do?
Well, I just keep on singing. I keep on giving the love back. That's good love. That's a lot of loving. That's good love.
So when that big size
Give it
50,
back.
that big size 54 thong hits you and wraps around your neck, do you
Whoa.
do you throw it back? Do you sniff it and put it in your pocket, or what do you do?
Man, I'll probably whip my head around and let it fall off. Like, dang, was that a 54?
A 50?
I might not even recognize that it was a thong. I might think that someone threw a rope at me. I'm like, what is that? She went down there in person and brought out a jump rope and threw it on stage. Oh my gosh. I might grab it and start jump roping.
Hey, man.
While I'm singing.
That's cool, man. We gotta love the ladies. Man. What do you plan on doing for Easter weekend?
Oh, man, it's going to be great. So, Sunday morning, I'll be early. Bright and early. I think about like 6 o'clock, we're going to start shooting for a video for a new song that's going to be on the Dreams Project. But then after that, I'll be linking up with my family, and I'll be having some good family time the whole entire day. So I'm looking forward to that because I got some new nieces. Well, I got a little new niece, and I got a new nephew, and my family's growing, and so we're all going to get together, and I'm in charge of the strawberry shortcakes. So I'm going to make some bomb scones and do the strawberry shortcakes up like they don't know.
That's what's up. Well, Mr. Caleb, Jermaine, I definitely appreciate you for coming on the show. I'm going to end the show with a Dreams remix. It's actually Dreams number 2. Can you tell the people who it was produced by?
Hey, now Dreams 2, produced by my man, Jay Bellamy. And, man, Jay Bellamy is a genius. He's actually, I was listening to your show. You gave a shout-out to Bill Bellamy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually his cousin. But Jay Bellamy, Jay Uno Bellamy, you guys got to check him out on Facebook. And also, he's a genius when it comes to making beats and creating. He actually mixes down and records and does everything. And when I watch this man work, I'm almost just like, he almost put me in tears, man. Take it back to church. Like, whoa. But he's a brilliant, brilliant mind.
All right, do the world a favor and do me a favor. Introduce the record to the world, and I want to say thank you for coming, and please have a safe and happy Easter.
Hey, thank you, Vic Sextel. Appreciate you having me on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dreams 2, produced by Jay Uno Bellamy and Caleb Jermaine. Thank you for having us on tonight. Please check us out.
You on the radio.